Good morning, peeps. I hope this video finds you well. Today it's a beautiful day here in sunny Florida, and I was meditating prior to offering up this video, and one of the things that came up was the importance of self-nurturance. And self-nurturance can show up in a couple of different ways, but the one I'm thinking about is when you call your energy back and you recenter yourself. And there's something really profound about that, especially for those of us who are excessive givers, is being able to make sure that we have ways to fuel our own fire. So in today's vinyasa, what I would really like you to sort of marinate on is that the heart space, and start to call yourself back. Okay, so we're going to get started in downward facing dog. And as you come into down dog, I'd like you to allow your head to hang like a ripe fruit. And start to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Now you have to redirect your attention to the self. Sometimes the best way to start there is just feel the pressure of your hands up against the mat. Maybe it's to feel the toes up against the mat. Maybe it's the spaces between. Maybe there's some cracking, there's some tension, maybe there's some fatigue, maybe there's a lot of fire. We'll walk ourselves all the way to the top of the mat. And we'll lengthen the spine. Fold till our chest and thighs touch. Inhale, sweep the arms up nice and high. Look up towards the sky until you're in contact with your thumbs. And then exhale, fold. Bring the hands back down to the mat. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Let's bring the right leg back. Hang out right here. Imagine you're squeezing everything into the midline, and this is going to draw everything up towards the heart. And on the next breath, the left leg comes back to meet the right. You're in a high plank position. Exhale into low plank. Inhale into upward facing dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Getting ready for a vinyasa. Inhale the right leg all up towards the sky. Bring it through to the top of the mat. Warrior one, inhale your arms up nice and high. Now bend deep into that front leg and just feel yourself getting grounded into your feet. And then exhale into warrior two. Arms are going to be parallel to the floor. Draw your right hip back a little bit more. Peaceful warrior, reach the left arm down, the right arm comes up towards the side. Now bend deeper into your front leg at the same time. On the next breath, bring the right hand, Parsavo, bring the right hand down to the mat. Allow the left arm to come up towards the sky. Just keep opening up the front body at the same time. Now, it's so common, like even when I teach classes on Zoom, everybody wants to look back. There's absolutely nothing there. So try to look forward, and when you look forward, your hips are going to come more forward with you. It's amazing how that works, isn't it? The left hand's going to come down to the mat. What I'd like you to do is extend your right arm forward. And again, work on drawing your hips so they're parallel, and the right arm is going to reach out so that there's space between the right armpit and your right hip flexor. Might be a little intense on the left leg. Now take your right arm, thread it underneath you, reach for the back thigh. Now take your left hand, spider fingers, and reach for the corner of your mat. Now drop your head towards the floor and keep sliding your hand down your thigh. Now look towards the heel of your left foot with your gaze. Feel your chin tucking into your chest as your hand slides back. Now bend deeper into your front leg. In through the nose and out. Now if you want a little bit more, take your left hand and start to reach for the back of your head. This is a mermaid arm. Maybe from here you start to take that left hand towards the right shoulder and you just open everything up. And just keep opening until that left arm is literally touching your right knee. Hold for a few breaths. One more big breath here. Release. Bring your left hand down, sweep the right arm up and over. Now straighten the front leg, see if you can take some pressure off of it. Look over towards the right thumb, make the left hip lower and the right hip higher. It's a triangle pose. Open, 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 open. Now the right hand's going to come down to the mat. Look forward, square up your hips. Maybe you can even extend your fingertips all the way out in front of you. Keep looking at your big toe. Press it down into the mat. Work your hip flexors. Hands on the mat. Slide the right leg back, one-legged down dog. Now hold that leg up nice and high. Come forward into your high plank. Exhale into low plank. Inhale into up dog. And then exhale into downward facing dog. Now we're going to hop the left foot through to the top of the mat. So think about this right leg is really supporting you. So see if you can keep it straight. So I don't care if you just hop a little bit. Make the right leg do all the work. Then from here, pull the right knee in, forehead to knee. Again, extend it back. Exhale, forehead to knee. Extend it back. Now one more time, bring your forehead to your knee. This time, interlace the fingers underneath the knee. Come all the way up, balancing on your left foot. The idea is to find center. So once the right knee and your right chest button are in line with each other, feel grounded in your feet. In through the nose and out. Concentrate. The best way to self-nurture is to call all your energy back into this moment. Eagle legs. So the right leg is going to go around. Maybe the big toe goes down on the ground. Eagle arms. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Bring your elbows all the way towards the knee. Maybe from there you can get the big toe around the calf. Relax the gaze and the neck. Feel the stretch. Now squeeze your inner thighs. They're going to do all the work. One more breath. Let's release the hands down to the mat. Slide the right leg up and back. Bring your forehead towards the left shin. Wrap your hands around the ankle and hold. Try to get both arms active. And if you always do the left arm, maybe today you just do the right arm, trying to find a center. On the next breath, your hands are going to come out in front of you. Come up onto the ball of your left foot. Slide that right leg through, pistol squat. Again, slide it all the way back. Right leg high. Big breath. On the exhale, flex those toes. Bring the foot all the way through and hold. Catch your breath. Right leg up. See if you can clear the mat. And then the last time. All the way through. Slowly lowering yourself down. Lean back. Place the right foot out in front of you. Now pull that left heel in. Take it over towards the right side. Add a twist. So maybe the right elbow rests on the knee. Maybe you add a bigger bind. But we want to get a good twist through the chest. So you're going to inhale, lengthen your spine, and then look back. Couple of breaths here. Unwind it. Let's go the other way. So the left elbow goes to the knee. Look all the way over towards the back of the mat one more time. And it's the plumb line. So think about lifting through the top of the head and then adding the twist. Because on the next breath, we're going to come back to center. You're going to cross your ankles and your knees. You're going to inhale the arms up towards the sky. Bring your hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Now the right elbow is going to go outside of the knee, so it's still a twist. And your two-piece fingers are going to hang out. You're going to use the right elbow like a hinge. And you're reaching for the right foot, so grab onto that big toe. Now you can use your left hand to help you look further towards the ceiling. You can take that left hand behind you and add your bind if you'd like. Or you could take it up over your head, and then you're going to reach for the opposite foot, just getting into a bigger twist. So think about the right arm is really stretching out, and so is the left arm. Use your joints to sort of support the stretch by keeping them soft and making all the stretches coming through the muscle groups. One more breath here. We're just going to release, forward fold, reach your forehead towards your toes, and then exhale, see if you can drop your forearms down to the ground. Inhale one more time, lengthen. And then exhale, bring yourself closer towards the floor. Walk your hands back. Back far enough where you start to feel like you're doing a Pilates roll-ups with your ankles crossed. Now squeeze everything into the midline and then come back up. Feel that connection between your feet, your ankles, your calves, your inner thighs. Then support that by pulling your belly button in and up. Stay completely present. And then notice if you can focus your mind on what's working versus what's not working. You know, there's a Y in the road. Which direction will you point towards? Now on the next breath, we're going to roll all the way back. And as you roll all the way back, bring those legs up towards the sky. Now you're just going to do a few hip ups. So your ankles are still crossed. You're still lifting and lowering your pelvic bowl. Now your head can stay up or it can stay down. The choice is yours. One more time. Lift and lower. Now lower the head down to the ground. Have your hands grab your ankles. Shoelace on your back, Gomukhasana. Just widen those sit bones and stretch it out. What I love about this pose is how it makes my glutes feel. But there's always this challenge. Sometimes we want to keep our feet closer and we pull them in, but I really want you to think about straightening those calves out and then bringing them up a little bit more so it gets further into the hamstring attachments as well. From here, take a big breath in, let those heels come all the way in towards you. Unwind your legs. Happy baby. Grab the outside blades of your feet. Feel the opposite direction, right? Counter stretching. Pull your knees into your chest. Take your hands behind your thighs. Roll a few times. Now as you roll a few times, see if you can create that C curve starting with your chin to your chest and your lower back nice and stimulated. We're going to come right into a downward facing dog. And in your down dog, once again, walk it out right to left, knowing that we're going to the second side this time. Inhale the left leg up towards the sky. And bring the left leg through to the top of the mat. Warrior one, arms up. Really land in that right leg. Put as much energy into that back foot as possible. Think about bringing both of your hips towards the top of your mat. So when you come into warrior two, it literally articulates through the hip flexors as you open your arms up a little bit wider. Now think about hips. Peaceful warrior, right arm down, left arm up towards the sky. Keep leaning into that foot. side angle stretch. So the left hand's going to come down. The right arm comes up towards the sky. Now, if it's difficult for you to reach the floor and you don't have a prop, the forearm can stay down on the ground. Again, it's whatever you do with your front body. That's what I'm really trying to get across to everybody. Whether you're watching a video, you're in the class with me, we're online. That arm's going to come up and over. Now bring the right hand down to the mat. Your left arm is going to come forward. You may need to toe heel your left foot over a little bit more to make some space. Think about the squaring off of the hips. The left arm comes forward. Now look back. Take your left hand, reach for the right thigh. Now have your left shoulder and your left knee kiss. Take the fingertips of your right hand towards the top of your mat. Keep looking back. Now, if you draw your attention inward and you're completely present, you're going to feel the stretch in your lower back. Now, if you're new, you may be feeling the stretch everywhere, but I can reassure you as your practice begins to evolve, that changes pretty significantly. Now we're going to take our gaze underneath our armpit. Start to walk our hand all the way over. Maybe it goes behind the head. Maybe it goes towards the shoulder as we start to work on opening up the chest. In through the nose and out. Use this elbow to really push you back. That's what you're trying to do, is get everything so open. Then eventually when you start to straighten that leg, it's so easy to grab that thigh. Couple breaths here. Draw that elbow up and back. Make your head work. Release. Bring the right hand down, sweep that left arm up and over. Take it all the way up towards the sky. Now you're looking in the complete opposite direction. Straighten the front leg. Push the blade of the right foot. Lengthen your spine. Make your right hand work pretty fiercely. Take that left leg up. That left arm up. And then the left hand will come down. Intense east facing pose. So just look forward in the direction you want to go and get that stretch. Now we're going to come up onto the ball of the back foot. And that's going to help us slide that left leg back, which is very similar to the pistol squat we were working on earlier. And then we come forward into high plank. Exhale into low. Inhale into up dog. And we exhale into down dog. Again, this left leg is nice and solid. And you're working your right leg, just hopping. So keep working on making that left leg nice and solid. You're going to start to notice this is also the pistol squat, right? So inhale, lengthen. Pull the left knee in and around. Inhale, extend it back. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, extend it back. Now on the next breath, you're going to pull that knee in, interlace the fingers, and come all the way up, balancing on the right foot. Find your center. See if you can get that knee closer towards the chest. Notice that the more connected we become to each other, the smoother things start to move. Eagle legs. Take the left leg around, get those toes, the left arm underneath the right. First, you got to make space before you close it in. Squeeze those inner thighs together. One more breath. As you unwind your eagle arms, bring your fingertips down, slide that left leg up and back. Lengthen your spine. Bring your chest in as close to your leg as possible. Inhale, lengthening. Allow that left leg to rise. Walk your hands in. Maybe you hold on with both hands. Maybe you switch. Learning to discern. You know, just like we outgrow certain aspects of our life, we also outgrow certain techniques as well. Come up onto the ball of the right foot so you can slide the left leg through, pistol squat. So if you've been practicing for a long time, you're probably aware of what used to work for you a year ago doesn't necessarily apply today. Slide that left leg all the way back. We're always trying to clear the mat. So again, you come up on your tippy toes, flex the foot, work those hips again, so you can bring that foot all the way through, pistol squat, and hold. One more time, hands are strong. Start to flex, flex, flex. Take it all the way up and back. Last chance. Props, by the way, are always helpful here. Bring that leg all the way through. You're going to lower it all the way down onto the ground. So keep your right knee in really tight. You'll just place it to the outside of the ankle and then add a variation of a bind. Working on the twist. Use your right arm to really support you so you don't lean back. And then look towards the right. There's a fine line between effort and ease. Counter twisting it, the right elbow goes to the inside of the knee. We all look in the opposite direction, but we stay tall in our plumb line at the same time. Coming back to center, just slide this foot all the way out in front of you. Arms high, ankles and knees are still crossed. Now we're going to go in from a different perspective, so try bringing your hands to prayer this time. See if this feels better for you. Take the left elbow to the outside of the knee, just like if you were going to do it in a chair pose. You can stay right here. Use this arm to sort of support the twist. You can look towards the right shoulder. You can take your two-piece fingers. Again, the elbow's a hinge, and it leans toward the big toe. Now lengthen your spine, leaning towards the big toe as well, really having to widen your sit bones and elongate the spine a little bit more. At that point, if you feel like that this has been giving you a lot of support, maybe you want to try going in the opposite direction. So now lift that right shoulder up and lean over towards the left side a little bit. And still working on lengthening the spine and the lower back. And that right arm could come all the way up and over, and it starts to reach for that big toe. Now the peekaboo is you got to look underneath the right shoulder. Try not to look down, but look up, 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 up. And then you got to soften in the expression of the pose. Whatever that is, reach, reach, reach. And we're slowly going to back out. Just like we did on the other side, we're going to do a Pilates roll-up. So your ankles are still crossed. You're just going to roll back. And then you'll come back up. Keep working on that connection. You know, like a rope is really firm when it's twined together. So are your legs. So when your legs are twined together, you can feel a little bit more grounded in the pelvic bowl. You can feel how the inner thighs are influenced when you lean back a little bit more. You come back up. On this last one, we're going to go back nice and slow. Now notice that there's this place between, whereas your chest is lifted, your feet start to get soft. So start to lift the legs up as you lower the torso down to the ground. Hip ups. Now you can keep your head lifted, or you can keep it down on the ground. The idea is just to start to feel that activation in your core as you lift and lower. And then on the next breath, as you lower your tailbone down, extend your legs out even farther. Slide your hands up towards the calves. See if you can bring your ankles in towards each other. Now on this side, I feel more of the stretch on the right. It doesn't mean whatever you're experiencing is right or wrong. I'm just sharing. Keep relaxing into it. Relaxing, relaxing, relaxing. And we'll release the legs, happy baby, the counter stretch, widening the sit bones. We'll place the feet on the floor, bridge pose, lift the hips up. Doing a counter stretch. So we're going to do 3 bridges. What I want to encourage you to consider is doing wheel poses if you feel like it. So it's always important to focus on getting the front body stretch. Strong arms. So your arms are going to move your collarbone towards the chin. It is not how much energy you put into your legs. It's how much energy can you put into your arms. Then press the back of your head into the mat. You may want to soften. Now as you lower yourself down, just bring your knees together and separate your feet slightly. Catch your breath. And then again, place the heels of your feet on the mat and lift yourself back up again. Maybe your hands come towards the heels of your feet this time. Don't bring your feet closer as much as I'd rather see you work your hands. So you have to work the front body a little bit more. Hold it for about 5 breaths. Now start to notice, do you feel more connected to me? Do you feel more present? And we'll lower ourselves down again. Just let the knees kiss. You can always turn your heels out a little if you'd like. It changes the energy. And then one more time. Bring the heels in. If you separated them, lift your hips up. Keep walking your hands closer and closer towards your feet. Maybe you can grab your ankles this time. One more breath. Now we're going to lower the hips towards the floor. Again, the knees are going to kiss. We're going to close our eyes and draw our attention inward. Can you feel the energy that flows through you? I find my practice helps me surrender into the moment. And then we'll extend our legs all the way out for final savasana. Our feet are going to fall open and our arms are going to come out to the side. Stay with me. And let's stretch our arms up over the head. And take a big breath in. Maybe you yawn it out. Maybe you sigh it out. And we'll roll over to the right side. And we'll come up into a comfortable seat. And we'll close our eyes and draw our attention inward. Bringing our hands to prayer at the center of the chest. Grateful for this new day, its beauty and its light, and a chance to begin again. May we all be freed from yesterday's limitations, and today may we be reborn. Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace. From my heart to yours, Namaste.